We're here with Scott Williams today, guitarist from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, going through his guitar picks, rocking at the Philharmonic Chuck Berry.
That's just a cool instrumental. I mean, Chuck done a lot of great stuff, obviously. But that song, I remember, was on one of his albums. I think it was on One Dozen Berries. Cute play on words, I know. But, I mean, that album had things like Sweet Little 16 on it. I can't remember if Johnny B. Good was on that album or not. Back then, on some of Chuck's albums, he'd have, out of the 12 songs, there might be 3 or 4 instrumentals. That was on that album, and it's just a cool swinging thing. It's the rock and roll era, but it almost has a pre-rock and roll, almost a swing era type thing going on. And I can't really play the song without the accompaniment itself. But I mean, he's just bebopping on his guitar, I mean, it's just a good swing arrangement. And his piano player, I think that was Johnny Johnson, if I'm remembering his name correctly. If not, I apologize to Barry fans out there. I'm supposed to know this sort of thing. I try to keep up with it anyway. But I mean, they're just, and they got the slap bass going, which a lot of these songs on my list have somebody slapping an upright bass on them instead of an electric bass.
Okay, yeah.
And that's a sound that is stuck with me probably almost, if not as much as electric guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I just love to hear that clickety-clack going on in the background, because it's a good percussive instrument as well as holding down the bottom end.
Well, you just brought up a good point a minute ago about you've got your front man, guitarist, lead guitarist, but you've got those behind them. One is really no important than the other because you got to have your backup guys, right?
Exactly right. A band, in my opinion, is only as good as the rhythm section, the bass player and the drummer. With our band, I mean, we've got a couple of good guys that work very well together, considering their age-wise, they're at the opposite ends of the spectrum. Our drummer's 18, and our bass player, I don't know how old he is. He's in his 60s anyway. Mm-hmm. And they come from diverse backgrounds. Bass player, he's an old honky-tonker. He loves the Ray Price two-steps, which all that is to me is a country shuffle. Mm-hmm. It and a blues shuffle are just like that. Mm-hmm. I really think that. And then our drummer, he's big into Leonard Skinner and stuff like that. I mean, he was born after the plane went down, but he's really into that sort of thing. So, I mean, and then our piano player, he's into piano, obviously, and then I'm into the stuff I'm into. But it all comes together very well. And a band is only as good as the sum of its parts. And I hope I said that right.